Welcome to the Life Motivators. You're here today to co-create with some energies and some vibrations and some people that have changed their life. They've shifted their energies and their thought processes and everything of their habits that they were doing in their life that was not working for them, and now shifted those energies to things that are working for them. And how do we know? Because we got in here and we learned from others that were doing something new within their life and shifting their energies and vibrations at the same time. And it all started with an emotion that they wanted something more within life. They were tired of their energies of being negative, tired of their life not having enough within it. Why am I working and busting my ass all the time when I still can't, just barely paying my bills? And by the time I get my check, the taxes they take out of it don't allow me to live my life that I truly want. So I'm back in the same, man, why am I here? What's my bigger purpose? What is my life? Man, that kind of energy that I put in myself every day as I was working through trying to just live my life, but having to have two different households because the money that I needed to make, I couldn't make it in my own hometown because there wasn't enough corporations or construction companies or anything like that paying anything worth the damn for me to be able to make a living. I would have been right there below average income if I would have stayed at home. So I had to travel away. And then paying for a homestead there and then paying for a homestead here was two average home. And it was crazy. So I was right back in the same boat as I was if I would have stayed at home, worked at that average job. So I knew there was something more within me, within my life. So every time that I was off of work, what did I do? I hustled up every side business that I could do, every side job to do something more to bring more into my life, into my income, to keep my energies at a certain level, to say, you know what, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. But I still had that lack of mindset, because the emotion that I always had to it was the lack of mindset. The poor, pitiful me. Am I ever going to have enough? Am I ever going to find something? What if? How come? Why? I was always putting those wrong words to it. When I started giving up and saying, you know what? I know that I'm busting my butt for what I need, that I'm going to start living within my means, and I don't have to live by it like the Joneses anymore. I don't have to have that $2,000 home anymore, that 5,000 square foot home. Let's start living within my means of homes. You know, I don't need that $70,000 truck anymore. Let me get me something that's actual feasible for me to understand, drive, and get me from point A to point B to take care of the things that I do. So I started reevaluating my life and started reevaluating the energies that I was putting out to my life, those emotions that I was putting to an ending task or an ending situation in my life. I was seeing that I was putting the negative thought prospect to it because I was having to deal with it. And then it wasn't giving me a good outcome that was going to come out of that. So I started learning how to give good emotions to myself of, okay, here's a situation. This is what I'm dealing with. What do I want the outcome? What do I truly want it to be? What is going to bring the happiness to me? What is going to bring more abundance to me? What is going to bring better joy within my life? What is going to bring a better happiness within me? So when I started thinking about it before I even got into the task or into the situation, I started noticing my outcome was coming out a little bit different. It was working out and happening a little bit faster, and then a little bit more joy at the end. So with that emotion that I started putting to me, I started making it out as a game. So I made that game a habit. All right, so if I can do this with this situation in life, how can I do it with this and this and this? So I started those different little games within me and within my life, started speaking to the good side of me and thinking, what can I do on a positive note with this instead of thinking negative? I actually started listening to my uncle that had been talking about this for a long time. Then I started listening to a real good friend of mine that brought me into the law of attraction of love, started bringing into me the law of attraction of vibrations and energies that we put off. That was something I was never truly around within my life. But now that I was around it and the energies that I was seeing from it and the things that were manifesting from it, it started changing the things and the thought processes and the habits that I was putting into me. And with those different habits on a day-to-day basis brought the different energies of all kinds of things, you know, and it wasn't just the material things in life. It wasn't just the monetary things in life. It was people and the knowledge that they were bringing to me, the spiritual aspect that they were giving me a better understanding of, the law of attraction that I was getting a better understanding of God, the universe, the spiritual source energy within me, the alignment that I had within my guidance system, my well-being, and how to get in tune with it a whole lot better. Something I had never been around in my life. But once I started surrounding myself with people that were in tune with their life and their energies that they're working with and their source energies and how they had opened up and let their light start shining, and how they was able to remove their door of abundance, and how things were just flowing into their life because they were connecting with the right people at the right time, with the right energies, with the right vibrations, with the right knowledge that they needed for a task that they were wanting to take care of or have done. With those energies, not everybody knows it all, but yet collectively we all have the energies within here to be able to co-create all kinds of things within this world right here if we put our minds to one thought process just today. And we said, this is what we're going to think about today. Bring back your idea how we can bring this to a manifestation and how we can make this happen. That happened about a year and a half, 2 years ago now. Miss Ashley had got with me and she said, let's bring a morning meditation to this community, to this energy of what we're doing here, of inspiring our team to do something more within their day. So we co-created and we talked and we brought up, and then we got in here and we started doing. We took action upon the thought process that she had, that idea. And that idea turned into the community of 3 or 4 to 15 to 20 and 25 and 50 and shared out. And then she had different things that she had to step away from, but we kept it going as a collective community. We kept it growing, kept the energies and the vibrations, and more kept coming and stepping up to the table. And then Brother Julio joined in, and Shannon, and now Miss Crystal. And Miss Ashley is now back in and out when she can, because she is getting better things into alignment of her life again. And with our energies, as we do that, we're co-creating together and passing ideas. We're masterminding in the morning times here, bringing out different things of energies of habits that we're doing that you can inject just a little bit into your life each day and form new habits. Because if something wasn't working correctly before, reevaluate, and then you can shift just a little bit different each day and make new habits and new forms and know the emotions of the outcome of your day before you even get out of that bed. You can put your energy that far down and deep to know exactly everything that you're going to take care of today, the emotions of the outcome of how it's going to roll today, the people you're going to meet. You're going to be able to see the smiles on their face before you even get in front of them. You're going to be able to walk up and they're going to say, I know you from somewhere. Say, no, I was thinking of you last night when I was in bed in my manifestation mode, dreaming about my day and how it's going to roll. And I knew you was going to have that beautiful smile and say just that. So have an awesome day. I love and appreciate you. And you're going to walk out. Change the entire person's life. It was funny, the other day we were on the river, just chilling out, me, my son, stepmother, mother-in-law, and Carol. And this man comes by with his family of 4, and they go with their fishing poles over here. And then they come back by about 45 minutes later to an hour later, walk back by. And the man had, said, how was the day going? You catching any fish? And he said, you know what? We've never caught a fish on this river anytime that we've been down here. And then I asked him, how many fish do you want to catch today? And he said, well, I'd love a truckload. I said, let's be feasible. How many would actually feed your family today? 6, 8, 10 fish? Would that be enough to feed pan fry? Would that work for you today? And he said, yes. I said, then put that emotion to that, and you will have 6 to 10 fish go home with you today. But if you come down here with the mindset of thinking you're catching no fish today, you leave with no fish today. But if you come with the mindset saying that I'm going to catch fish today, you will leave with fish today. So what are you expecting for your life, your outcome today? What are you expecting to have within the life that you're needing? Not wanting. What are you truly needing within your life? We have wants all day long. What are you truly needing to take care of the things within your life right now? Are you taking actions to go and get them? Questions you need to ask yourself. I'm going to pass this baby on to Brother Julio there and let him rock it out for a moment.
Can I put something in there really quickly? Something popped up for me when you were talking about, your career and your job and having to work away from home. And then it tied back in with the fish. It came up for me again. Is our relationship with money. It can be really important to look at the actual relationship because, we talk about a lot of things. Everything is energy, right? So asking yourself today, like how you feel about money, right? What does that relationship look like? Do you feel like money's never there for you? Money never shows up for you, right? There's never enough money. You hear people all the time say money's the root of all evil. So really like looking at when you think about money, what is that general feeling that comes up? Because it's really, really important how we interact with, how we feel about our relationship with money. It's exactly like our relationship with our partners, our relationship with our family. If we have somebody that really aggravates us and annoys us and we don't like being around them and we just generally don't like them as a person, that relationship is not a great relationship, right? And what we focus on within them, we're going to get more of what we're focusing on. Money is the exact same way. So a lot of times people can get stuck in that, you know, in those jobs when they're not making enough money and they don't see enough money showing up for them and being there for them. They can't rely on it, right? We fall into that loop down there that's money's not our friend. Money's not good to us. Money's not there for us. We can't rely on it, right? And that's a really dangerous loop to be in. We need to understand that relationship with money because we can also change that, right? It may not happen overnight, but you can dance with money. Money loves me. I love money. Money loves me. I love money. Money is always there for me. There's always enough. You know what I mean? Like we can change that over time. So just today, really looking at and understanding that we can have relationships with different things. We can have a relationship with our food. We can have relationships with our plants, even stuff that people just don't really think about in the context of having a relationship with, right? So just take some time with that and really be honest with yourself, because there's no right or wrong answer. Just be honest with yourself about your relationship with money, how you view it and how you feel about it, because that's going to be a clue, right? If you find yourself in that loop.
Powerful.
And let me add something to that. So she made mention about I can talk and speak to there being a lack thereof. I came from a very impoverished situation, where we I grew up, knowing what a lot of poor foods, are, and just like, very inexpensive ways to just put a meal in your stomach, not, it's kind of like that. I grew up with the concept, peanut butter and no jelly. I grew up with that, you know.
The ramen noodles for days.
Yeah, that,
Ramen was gourmet.
kid, we used to do a lot of bologna. We used to do a lot of
Spam.
salami and yeah,
Yeah.
spam too.
Spam.
Poor man, poor. That's what we used to call it. Real talk. We're even so hood. If we wanted a treat, we would have a syrup sandwich, where you would take a piece of bread, put a little bit of syrup on it, and sprinkle a little bit of sugar on top of that, and eat it. It's. I mean,
I still
just
do that. Come on now.
funny, funny. No, but nonetheless, when you have a lack thereof, to improve your relationship with money, I've learned this to be true, and I got this from that same pastor friend that I always reference, who taught me so much at such a young age. View giving as gaining. So if you feel like you don't have enough, believe it or not, give, give. I don't care who you give to. Give. Giving is gaining. That will open up the door for you to see more and release that flow in your life of money if you have a lack thereof. Any story you'll ever reference in ancient history or the Bible or whatnot, you'll hear of random stories and random acts where people actually gave and it was given back onto them. And the measure that you give, it will be given back onto you. Real talk. There's just something. There's something about that unlocks something in the atmosphere of your life, of your situation. God, the universe, they know what's up. You know, they know what's up. There's an awesome story in the Word that references a lady who gave. And it was equivalent to, I believe, it was like be 2 pennies. That's what she gave. And there was a lot of others that gave. And in giving, I believe it was Jesus says, hey, you know what? Um, who gave X amount of money? And then it was revealed that it was her. He goes, well, this lady gave more than everybody here. What? She didn't have anything. That was all she had, was those 2 pennies to rub together. And a lot of people had a bunch of, and they just say, hey, how many times do you just say, I'll give something, I'll give, you see that homeless man, or, there's all kinds of different ways that you can give and unlock giving, unlock that relationship, unlock that flow of money in your life. There's all kinds of different ways that you can practice that. So actually that's a great point to hit on Thomas. But then to go back into the subject, um, I love the concept of fishing. That's a great thing to throw out there this morning. In general, you can't catch any fish if you're not casting anything out, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be your rod or casting out a net, you can't. Just you got to have something at the end of that. At the same time, something for people to bite off. Whether it be content, relationship, you speaking. There's all kinds of different giftings in your life. It's not just money. So what are you going to throw out there in order to have that catch? It's more. Yes, you can practice.
You're muted.
He's got a call come in.
Oh,
sorry. You had a great topic in reference to like needing to throw that out there. You want to catch something in life, but you have to, you have to cast that net. You want to catch something. You have to practice the expectancy of it. You have to get yourself in a position to what we've been talking about lately is receiving. It's all in your perception of how you look at it. But in reference to money, that's just everybody has to have a relationship with money. That's interesting. I was talking to my daughter the other day, and we went to the store to go purchase something, and I had my money, and she had her own, and she goes, "Dad, we're gonna go in this store." And this is my 13-year-old, and she goes, "Dad, Mom gave me $7." And I go, "Okay." She goes, and she says she wants, yada, yada, yada. And I go, all right. So we're going to go in the store and we're going to get it. And she goes, yeah, but I'm going to grab the stuff and you're going to pay for it. And I go, no, I'm not. And she goes, why? And I said, because I'm not. And she goes, well, I don't want to handle the money. And I go, baby, you're going to be handling multi-million dollars, okay? Multiple millions of dollars. You're going to be handling. You're going to need to manage these $7, and it's just going to be practice. Dad, but I don't want to. We had this humongous discussion, getting out of the car, walking into and it was just calm, cool, and collected. And we just continued to talk about it. And she's like, Dad, I don't want to do this. And I go, I'm like, Johnny, it's only $7. It's okay. It's okay. You can manage this money. And she's like, Mommy, but I don't want to. And I go, okay, all right, let's see how this works out. So we grab the items, we walk up to the counter. And I'm saying, you can go first. She's like, no, you go first. I'm like, Johnny, no, stop. So I go first. Then I go, okay, it's your turn. So boom, she puts the stuff down and she gives it to me. And I go, no, you give him the money. She still tries to give it to me. I go, no, you give him the money. She gave him the money. That the total was like, I think it was like 6 something, whatever. I said, you have exactly $7 in here. We gave back some change. I go, you see, that was really easy, right? Was that difficult? 2 singles. That easy? She goes, yeah. I go, okay, look, you need to have a better relationship with money. She goes, that was kind of easy, Dad. It wasn't hard. And I go, you knew that. You know math. And she goes, yeah. She goes, it's just the interaction of dealing with somebody with money because I'm purchasing and I'm buying something. It's okay. It's part of having a relationship with money. It's important. Like I think about your kids, Ashley, we have to be teaching our generation, the children, people in general about that relationship with money. It's something we all have to deal with. It's something that we all use. Some people have to work towards it. Some people just get it. Some people are spoon fed. Some people aren't. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about the individual, but you need to have a really good relationship with it because it's part of everybody's day to day. In general. So, and that's relationships too. You can apply that concept to not just money, but relationships. What kind of relationships do you have? What are you casting out there? What energies are you reflecting? We're talking about everything being energy. Even when you're talking about having a relationship with a plant, well, if you think about it, You see it. You see a plant, and you see a flower or whatever. It's just sitting there. It's in movement. Because you don't see it moving doesn't mean that it's not in movement. There's life flowing through that thing. There's energy flowing through that thing, and its most minute cell, microscopic, naked to the eye that you cannot see. It is still in movement. The earth is still in movement. If you stop and you stare at the sky, you see the clouds in movement. We're all in constant movement and constant energy. So what kind of energies are you going to reflect out? How are you going to manage those energies? What energies are you going to cast out? So that way, what energies you're going to see, you're going to get back in return. Everything is energy, man. So, whether it be the morning, the afternoon, the evening, whatever time it is, what kind of energies are you reflecting out? What kind of energies are you choosing to operate in, to function in? How is that becoming part of your day-to-day? Are you even aware of such? Are you paying attention? Do you pay attention to your own energies in reference to, hey, why am I always angry? Why am I always sad? Why am I always depressed? Or why am I feeling this way right now? I wasn't feeling this way 20 minutes ago. There's all kinds of different ways you can apply this to. Do you go to work with the wrong kind of energy? You got to go and be a provider, or you just look at it as a job, or it is a career for you, whatever the it is for you, in reference to work, whatever that thing is, however you view it, whatever your situation, what kind of energies do you operate in there? Are you a joy to be around? What if you're in a really negative environment? Well, that's the energy there, obviously, duh. I believe you have the power to change the energy in that environment. I believe we all do, no matter what. You can literally impact the environment. If you're constantly in that environment, I believe you have the ability to impact the environment in one way or another. It's up to you.
It's contagious.
What energy are you choosing to operate in today?
It's contagious. Your energies, like you said, it's a vibration because you can see it all.
Can't hear you, Thomas. You're muted.
I'm muted. I'm not muted. All right. Yeah, I'm unmuted now. But yes, you can take your energies, your vibrations, and you can take a crowd of people or whatever, and then that's there. And then you interject somebody that has a positive energy. Before you know it, you'll start seeing a little leeching go off into a few others that are right around that one person that's positive, enter that circle there. And before you know it, those become positive. And before you know it, it becomes contagious, and it just becomes it just spreads on out. But it's just the same way with a negative person, just as well. Put a negative person in the middle of that crowd of positive people, and guess what happens? You could have an effect that's just the same as depending on how powerful that negative person is. So it's all a thought process that you want to put out. I know what I'm putting out each day. I know what my light is shining. I know what my energy is doing. I know what, I have within me because I've harnessed mine. When you're ready to harness yours and your light starts shining, because like I said yesterday, we all awaken at a different time period. We all awaken with different energies and different vibrations that we're putting off. So the new habits that we have formed, I'm loving it and I'm rocking it. And 90% of those or 95% of those within here, they're doing the same. There might be some wake up some days and it's like, it takes them, the whole cup or the whole pot. Then they're in alignment. Hey, who knows? But everybody gets their alignment in different ways. So Miss Crystal's in here with us this morning. She was. Nope, she just stepped out. All right.
Good morning.
All right.
Sorry, I'm eating a carrot.
Okay. Well, go ahead with you. We'll wait on that bit. This is raw. This is real. This is life. Got called out on the spot.
Perfect timing.
Is eating. Because we're here. This is things that's going on. Is she is in Canada. She's getting herself ready for the day. The children ready for their day, and they're trying to catch breakfast on the fly and still bring in their energies and their vibrations to us at the same time. We're raw. We're real. This is something that we bring from the heart every day, guys. This is something that we don't script this. This is not something that we go and we pre-do the day before. This is raw. This is real every morning. Life. That's why we're the Life Motivators. So go ahead, Miss Crystal.
Where in Canada, Crystal? Just really quickly.
And Saskatoon.
Okay. You're close to
Yeah.
Trish, actually.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I just
Okay.
found that out.
Cool.
All right.
All right. So we're going to talk a little more about gratitude again. I'm going to touch on 3 good points here. First one here is don't be picky. Appreciate everything. Gratitude doesn't have to be saved for the big things in life. The habit of being grateful starts with appreciation of everything good in life and recognizing that there is nothing too small for you to be thankful for. Find gratitude in your challenges. Gratitude is not only about being thankful for positive experiences. In fact, sometimes thinking about negative or difficult situations can help you really nail down what you have to be thankful for. And third, practice mindfulness. Sit down daily and think through 5 to 10 things you are grateful for. The trick is that you need to picture it in your mind and sit with that feeling of gratitude in your body. Doing this every day will rewire your brain to naturally move more grateful, and you'll start feeling happier after every session. And also, after you've listed those 5 to 10 things, say thank you. Be thankful for everything. When I started my gratitude writing, like literally, I think my first one, besides like, I'm grateful for my family, I'm thankful for my health, things like that. But like, I was looking around going, oh, well, this pen in my hand, I am thankful to have this pen because I can not only think my thoughts, I can write and express my feelings on paper as well. Small little things like that. I was talking to a friend the other day, and he's been feeling pretty down and out lately, and I'm really trying to just kind of have him hone in to his personal surroundings and not worry about the world around him. Sitting where you are right now, I asked him, what are you thankful for? And he was like, well, nothing. And I said, well, do you have a job that pays your rent, that pays your bills, keeps the lights on, keeps the heat going? Well, yeah. And I said, are you thankful for that? Well, I guess, but this house, blah. And I said, don't think about the negative things. It's a lot of those negative thoughts that we let consume our minds. If you sit down and you think of all the small little things and all the struggles that you've gone through in life and the lessons you've learned from that, you got to be grateful for those. So look at every corner of your world and be thankful. Even if it's a struggle, tell yourself, I am thankful for going through that struggle because it has helped me be stronger for today, tomorrow, and my future. Much love, everyone.
Much love and appreciation, definite power. Words and everything that we begin hearing this morning, the energies, the vibrations.
So good. So good right there. What you think about the most overshadows, everything else. Yeah. So what are you meditating on? What are you choosing to meditate on? Yeah. I love that. And it was funny because even as I was talking, I kept hearing gratitude in my spirit. And I'm like, man, I hope somebody focuses on gratitude, and then she comes on and that's exactly what she's talking about still. So, amen. That's what's up.
Every day that we get in here and we bring this stuff, these motivations, this energies, the vibrations, it's what we're going through within our time-space reality of the now, of what's keeping us in this happy mode, what's keeping our vibrations in a better state, what's keeping our energies and our life in a better state. It all started with us taking control of this and learning a lot more from here, taking the energies that we have within our heart and that power and that love and that light that we project within here, and understanding that we have control of just this computer bank that holds memories of adventures that we take, of the thought processes that we put to it, of the people that we surround ourselves with, to hear the stories that they're going through, of the trials and tribulations of where they were, but where they're at now. They didn't stay there. They're not dwelling there. They have moved their energies out of that spot to give betterness to their self, to give betterness to the people around them. But it didn't happen until they got that right here in tune, knowing that no matter what, I am thankful that I have a hand to be able to hold that pen. I am thankful that I have the brain to be able to keep telling this arm to keep moving, to say hello. How are you today? To be able to shake a hand, to be able to catch a ball with my kids as it comes at me at 96 miles an hour. I was more or less getting out of the way and got lucky and caught it. But, my son was throwing a fast pitch when he was a kid. but I'm thankful that I was able to be out there. Even though my physical feet went down, I was thankful that I had the cane and a bucket to sit on to play catch with my ball. With my boy, I mean. With my ball. Yes, his ball, my boy. Y'all know what I meant. But I am thankful that even in my deepest depression time frame, that I still had a bucket and a beautiful sunshiny day and a beautiful front yard to be able to still go out and play with my boy. And I didn't keep myself in that area where I was at. I every day moved myself out of it. Every day I made myself get out and let's go do something outside. No, I can't go running. No, I can't go riding the bike. But yet we can get out and do something. And if it wouldn't have been for him and my mom, I would have still been in that same state. But to have him surround me and still love me even through my darkest times is what made my emotions skyrocket through the roof to where they're at today. Because I love and appreciate him so much, and along with everybody else in here, that has skyrocketed my life into a whole different level as well. He brought it up, y'all surpassed it. With y'all's energies, with y'all's love, y'all's support, everything that y'all give with us in here in the morning, within our team, within our community, everything that y'all are co-creating with us with here and today. That right there puts me at a whole nother level just today. And I am thankful for y'all just for that. Miss Ashley, Julio, y'all got anything else to before we send this over to Miss Shannon?
I was just going to talk about how powerful it is to integrate our past, present, and future into one. Okay? If you think, a lot of people have them very segmented. They're very separated, compartmentalized, if you will. Our past is one thing that is separate. Our present is one thing that is separate. Our future is another thing that is separate. We have them in very separate chunks, right? And as Thomas was mentioning, it's because of our time-space reality, right? We measure time here. Really, time doesn't exist. That's a whole other thing I won't go into. But guys, if we can use
That's some
I know.
Jedi shit right
We're not
there.
even-
Come on.
we're
No,
gonna go
I agree
there.
though. I
Not enough
agree.
time for that.
But look, we've talked about it before, Ashley. We've talked about it before. That reality, time doesn't even exist in heaven. It doesn't exist in the universe. We're the ones, and our concept of it is why we think about it in the way that we do. And that's exactly what you're talking about.
Totally. And if we can take our past especially, right? Because we see a lot of people being held back by their past or being resentful for their past or still being angry or upset or scared or sad or, or even the greater emotions too, right? Still in love or still really happy and wanting it back, not ready to let go, right? When we can learn how to harness that, all of those experiences, all of those emotions, the good and the bad, everything, the whole scale, and integrate it with our now and with our future, it's power. It's powerful to not let any of those control you or to hold you back or to be something that may hinder you. Take each and every one of those experiences and integrate them into your now, right? To integrate them into your future. It's all three are one. So when we can soften the barriers between those walls and understanding that they don't have to be so separate, different stages of our life, right? They're all working there for us. It's a very, very powerful thing to bring them into and together. Yeah. I love that word, integrate.
Well, I mean, if a person or an individual, a lot of people think of themselves as their experiences based off of that time. When I was 3 years old, this such and such happened. When I was 5, when I was 8, they have all these moments based off of these separate moments in time. Well, each and every one of those moments made you who you are today. And a more enlightening moment, I like to point out, based off of my personal beliefs. I can't practice anybody else's belief system or whatnot, but you know, that I feel like when the Creator looks at me and I affirm in what the Word says, that he sees me in my full glory. He doesn't see me in that imperfection. He doesn't see me, okay, or a person who's full of sin, or a person who's, you know, who's damaged or whatever, you know, however the world likes to look at me, you know, and reflection of myself. I'll, you know, how I look at myself is what's most important, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, based off of that, it's kind of like he sees me in my full glory. So, you know, I look at that as a positive note to when I look at myself in the mirror, you know, to the things that I affirm within myself, you know. That's why I think it's so important that a person, an individual, look at themselves and first learn what it is to love themselves, you know. And if you're not happy with something about your body, then try to change it, because you're in control of that. You know what I'm saying? Where, hey, maybe I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, you know, I need to tone up this area, or I need to, you know, you need to be happy with who you are, you know, be content with who you are, love who you are, you know, in that. But it's just, you need to, you know, like I said, the concept of that full glory and image of yourself in time, you know, you are who you are no matter what. And it's based off of your past, your present, and maybe even your future, you know, so accept that. You know? There's a beauty in that, instead of looking at it, frowning at it, or looking at it like, oh, that's a scarred part of me, you know. And you're absolutely right. How many people can't get over that hump of the past? They're all one. They're all one. Because they make you who you are. You know, that's the one relating factor in everything, whether it be past, present, or future. You're in it. And how you think about it, you know.
Carol, you had something?
Yeah, I was just thinking, you know, it seems to me that when I look back at almost 50 years of age, that all the times that I had bad stuff happen, that I separated out and left in its own little spot, that's the stuff you tend to dwell on. When you incorporate everything together and you look at your life as a whole and you learn a lesson from those little individual pockets, you tend to let go of the anger and the stuff associated with those separate things, and you tend to embrace it as a whole and as a lesson, as opposed to as a, oh, poor me.
That's right. Because everything is a learning curve within life. Every adventure, every situation, everything that we have ever done, every place that you have ever gone, everything that you do within your own life, it's a place that you went because it was something of an emotion, of a feeling, of a have to, or a health issue, life issue, whatever. We've all had things come up where we're comfortable, we're good. All of a sudden, then it just gets blown up into crap. And then now we got to find a new place to live. Okay, the landlord, or we got to, property flooded, or hurricanes coming, or divorces, or who knows. We've all been through it, and we're all going through it. And it's going to be okay. You're going to rock it out. You're going to find you, and you're going to learn from what's going on in the now. And that's the question I have for you, Ashley, after this. So, all right, we're going to let Miss Shannon wrap us up with her daily affirmations that she brings the power from her heart. This is not something that she grabs off of Google. This comes straight from Miss Tennessee herself. Go ahead, Miss Shannon.
Good morning, everybody. A negative mind, will never give you a positive life. Think positive, and positive things will happen. Always end your day with a positive thought. No matter how hard things were, tomorrow's a fresh start to make it better. So 5 positive affirmations to tell yourself every morning is: I am enough. Today will be my day. Life happens for me. I am the best me there is. And I love myself, and that's all that really matters.
I put a good amen.
Ooh, if that don't coincide with everything we've been talking about, I don't know what the hell does, man. On point. And as we always say, we don't plan any of this stuff. I love it.
awesome.
And for those of that who got something this morning and need to share it out, you can catch this recording on the Thomas Lee Warden YouTube channel. Love and appreciate you all. You have an awesome day. We'll see y'all tomorrow.